Hello, this is your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Welcome to Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. Oh my gosh, this awesome, awesome movie, Selma. I went to go see that movie. It was awesome. It was a sold out movie. Just about everybody was trying to get tickets to be able to get to see it. You couldn't see the one I was in. I was trying to get the next one. Very moving, very, very moving. I'm one that I watched a lot of civil rights type movies, because I don't know, I just always have been this person, and I felt like I was the 60s person. I would have been there in the 60s. I would have done this. I went to march, but it seems like now the 60s are like, again, here. Or the other way of looking at it is that it's challenging that we are still dealing with the same issues that we dealt with, or similar issues that we were dealing with in the 50s and the 60s, and protesting and marching. But, for justice and for equality, and but it was just awesome. It was awesome. So I've seen like the Eyes on the Prizes. I've seen some of the other reenactments of different type of civil rights movement ventures. And so but this was good. It was really, really good. Thank you, Oprah. Also, thank you, Brad Pitt, because I thought I had heard earlier that Brad Pitt had something to do, and then when I watched the credits, I did see that. So thank you, Brad Pitt, too, for the part that you helped to play and getting all this off. And Oprah, I just thank you. My grandpa was just talking about you today on how he was just like, he asked me, he said, what do you think about, here this lady is have all this money, Oprah, but is still willing to play the part that you played in the movie, and to just continue to stand up, through movies, and continue to teach people the history and give a different version to the history that may have already been out there and given by others, of the actual event of what happened. And so, and he was just honored, and I told him, I said, you know what, I feel, with Oprah, I just think that I love it, because I just feel, Oprah, you're saying, just because I have all this money, just because I've done all these things, they mean a lot, but at the same time, that doesn't distance you from your community, but it's helping you to invest in your community, that you're investing and helping for others to learn our history, that the marches just didn't start just recently, but we've been marching for years and setting up. And there is a value in marching. There is a value in everyone coming together. And I hope that this movie shows that as well. As they listen to Martin Luther King and the different speakers and the different people, for why we protest, why we march, why we come together, the importance of coming together. Because I think in this day and age, and the same as was back then, you have people saying, well, why they march? Is that same thing? You have people, well, why they march? And they could be doing this, could be, but, there's value in coming together and marching. There's value in standing on an issue together. There's value in that. And we're still fighting to be treated like humans. We're still, have to protest and march to be treated like humans. To have the same rights as every other human. The right to be treated fairly and justice to prevail in cases that relate with African Americans and all people. So, but the movie was good. It was really good. I liked, pretty much how they portrayed John Lewis, because he was that deep of a person of thinking, and he was right there, a young person with the movement. Now, again, I've met, and been around John Lewis, as he's been doing his other ventures and movements since then. But it's like awesome, because John Lewis is a very big part to now, and he is still in the movement of what he's trying to do and get things accomplished. just so, I mean, just moving moments. It really helped you to see, like in the movie when the four girls, you know, it helped us to really see inside of what the four girls might have been even doing, and just, you know, girly things they might have been doing, or conversations that they may have been having. I won't just call them girly, but the fun conversations that kids have, you know, that they were having right before the bomb just went up. And then it even gave us a glimpse of, you look through the rubble, the kids' body laying in the rubble, you know, just show the realness. The realness of how there was a kid in the movie that was trying to continue to protect his parents. Well, his grandpa, I think the other one was his mom, in the movement. And the grandpa was like 84 years old. And then they end up actually, you know, killing, you know, the kid just from participating in a march. That, you know, you couldn't, you would get in trouble, or you could get killed for participating in marches or protests. They could call an unlawful assembly at any moment, it seemed like, which they felt that was convenient to them, which I feel like we have to watch that now. Because I've seen a little bit of that in L.A. You know, we were able to march at some times, and certain groups were able to march, and certain groups weren't. And then how they would corner and separate certain groups. And if they got a small group together, then all of a sudden, unlawful assembly, and they start arresting people. And why is it that once you say unlawful assembly, that just means that you start hitting people and tear gassing people, just all the other, you know, techniques that the police will use to try to get people to disperse. You know, so a lot of things I've seen in the movie relate so much to today that, you know, I'm trying to devise people, trying to break up the movement by trying to get people to turn against each other. FBI involvement on following and watching and knowing every move. But the one key thing too that really stands out to me, and I like that Oprah and all them focus on this part, is that in that march, they were just marching to be able to register to vote. And then I love how in the movie they kept explaining the point and the power of being registered to vote and related it to the justice system. See, if you're not registered to vote and not eligible to vote, then you can't be a juror. And I think I really like and thank you on how, Oprah, you all help it to be explained that you would want to be a juror. Because some people run from jury. Some people don't even want to be registered to vote because they don't want to be a juror. Well, I don't know, you all. We can't have it both ways. Okay? Hello. We can't have it both ways. If we want justice and we want more fair courts and we want more better jurors, then we have to be willing to actually be a juror ourselves. And then I think somebody needs to look at who gets picked for jury duty. Because I'm still concerned about that. It's still certain people that get picked all the time, and still not enough to me people of color that get picked in these as jurors, you know. And not always a diverse of incomes and people of color either. You know, because we have to watch that one too. Because like I said, we have to watch the racism issue, and then we have to watch the economic issue. Because a lot of times when you're poor, regardless of what color you are, they care if you blue, you get mistreated. You get ousted out of a lot of stuff. You don't get a chance to participate in stuff. Because I guess they think because you're poor and you don't have money that you're not smart, or you don't have, and we know that is not the case. There are all kind of reasons. There's just racial discrimination type reasons too for why people have had challenges on being able to accomplish certain things. You know, they have tried. I'm not talking about people that just ain't even trying. I'm talking about people that have tried, have run up against discriminatory barriers. That still happens today in 2014, Gary going in 2015. So, but I liked how they really talked about that, because with all this movement that's going on, that's my thing that a lot of times I have tweeted and talked about. We need to make sure these movement turn into votes. We need to make sure that we are registering people to vote. We need to make sure then when elections are coming, from your local elections to your state elections to your federal elections, that we are at those polls in great numbers. Like we have been marching, we need to make sure that we march to them polls. Because as Selma has showed us and reminded us again, for those of us that already knew our history, that went to college, and studied our history, learned our history, also read more books on ourselves, ourselves on our history, was a review for us and a reminder for us. And then for some, because let's just keep it real, some people are not going to know about their history unless they see it on the big screen or Hollywood shows them. Let's just keep it real. Some people just ain't going to pick up a book. Shame on you. But, as real is real. They tell the truth. What they say in church, the devil's like to tell the truth, shame the devil. So I encourage you to read, too. Again, I know all of us busy because I ain't like I got time to read constantly. I make sure I read my Bible, But, still try to get a little bit of something in there. Watch some documentaries. You know what I'm saying? Don't just let Hollywood be the key perspective on giving you your history. Now, thank God for Oprah and Brad Pitt and all the, Ava and all them who put this all together on helping to give us pretty much a factual, of history, but, people aren't always giving us factual information. They're giving us their theory and their opinion sometimes. And then we run it off, saying what they say, and really that was somebody else's personal opinion. So we have to be able to read too. But Oprah, I really thank you for this. Because such a time that people that don't know the civil rights movement history, that it needed to be shown on the big screen. It really did. It needed to be shown that all races fought for justice. Because sometimes people think this is a black people movement. No, it's not. This is a humankind movement for all of us to be involved in. All of us was involved in it then, and all of us are involved in it now. But again, we need to make sure we let all this stuff turn into votes. We see how the Selma movie shows people died to want to be able to register to vote. Remember, and it showed how all the barriers they had to try to stop people from voting. Poll taxes, giving these tests, no matter, even if they got the test right, they still was told, that something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Vouchers. They talked about in the movie about even the vouchers, that somebody had to vouch for you. And at that time, if no one of your race was able to vouch for you because they weren't able to register to vote, then a lot of times white people weren't going to vouch for you, even if they wanted to. Some of them were scared of the white people that may have then killed them for vouching for an African American person. So, just a lot of pieces, but it all turns into votes. And you all know, if you don't know, I'm running for president. Yes, I am. Michelle Hope Walker. I'm running for United States President 2016. Why? Because I have the right to, and I know that I can stand up and I can represent us just as well as anybody else. That's why. And as a kid, I've always wanted to run for president. Always wanted to run for president. I remember reading about Shirley Chisholm. Oh my gosh. The African-American female that ran for president many years ago. Just the boldness to stand and be like, I can do this. And so it's something that I've always wanted to do. Because, and more so now than ever. Because, Obama's doing a great job. But we need to continue the great job. We need to continue to make sure everyone is represented to the fullest. And so, yes, I'm running for United States President. So, yes, help get my name on every state's ballot. And if you don't see my name on the ballot, write my name in. Michelle Hope Walker. Right. Michelle Hope Walker. Write my name in for your primary. Write my name in for the general election. Write my name in. Three names. Michelle Hope Walker. For real. But Selma was awesome. It also made me think, too, what I seen with President, what the president can do, makes me also wonder if there's more that President Obama can do even now in our situation of helping to revamp this justice system, that it's more fair, and a whole lot of the systems to make it more fair for all people. But I know he just has challenges himself because he gets racially discriminated against constantly. They don't like to call it that they're racially discriminated against, but believe me, research. A lot of these little things that they do to, spite him, it has a lot to do with the color of his skin. It really does. Let's just keep it real. But anyway, So if you haven't seen Selma, hopefully I didn't give too much of it away, but go see Selma. This is your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. You can call me 323-338-6580. 323-338-6580. So I'm still like that call, text type person. I don't put everything out online. It don't seem like I'm just very, but I ain't putting everything out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see nothing is really ever private online. But anyway, anything to do with this social media type stuff, it can, it can be had. So therefore, you need to watch what you say, watch what you, do online. You can also tweet me at Hope_speaks. Hope_speaks. And so, Selma, it's a great movie. Thank you. Thank you for just real good. Just brought out a lot of points. And it did show us the struggle, that sometimes, we can have even amongst ourselves in the movement. It talked about the struggle with the SNCC and then with Martin Luther King and then the struggle a little bit with the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Just kept it real, and even the part where it had the Martin Luther King's wife and then it kept having this other girl around, if they were just silently trying to let us know that, and I don't know if that's supposed to be Diane Nash was always there, or I don't know, when Coretta was not, I don't know, but that was insightful. Sort of read through the lines on that one, but that was, I like how they showed that, because we even see that today, but as we can see that they still came together, regardless if they disagree about something. At the end of the day, they still end up coming together to do the business at hand. And that's what we have to do. Because I know sometimes I've been in some beings like, well, we don't want to do this. We don't, and everybody, and we get so busy fussing with each other that then we can't all get on the same page to do what need to be done. We all, this is the season and the time that we all need to be on one page. If we all can just agree on one thing, justice for all, let it be. And that be the key, thing that we all ride off of, or something. But, so me, I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, just keeping it real. It's time to keep this movement going. Because what they talked about then in the 60s, our kids getting killed, different things, it's still going on. Amazingly. It's like amazingly. Watching that movie, really, it's today. Yes, we've had some gains, but it's still in some places and in some areas, it's still going on just like that today. That people, people just feel like they can just come to African Americans and say whatever and not allow them to do this or that because of their colors. It's still today. It's still today. So, and in the midst of it all, we got to make sure we stay prayed up. Because, again, like I said, God is the foundation. We got to make sure we stay prayed up. Just praying on what part each one of us need to do. But I can say all of us need to make sure we register to vote. Because people fought and died for us to be able to register to vote. And then we need to get up and vote. Like I've heard one person say, people get up and go buy the brand new Jordan, the tennis shoes, and Christmas. Today is, well, I guess it's over now. It's after 12, But people will be in lines all day to get that toy their kid want or whatever. You do that to go vote. Do that to go vote. They even have laws where you can get off work to be able to go vote. You can leave work for that time to go vote. It's all kinds of stuff set up to help us. So let go of the excuses. I don't want them knowing my business. Boogie, they already know your business. Really. Registering to vote is not like going to really, stop them from knowing your business. Go ahead and register to vote. Because they already know your business anyway. Basically just your address, phone number. A lot of times they already got all of that. And then a lot of y'all putting all your business out here online with everything anyway, so they still already know. Because they looking online, looking at your business just like everybody else is. So I don't know who you're running from, especially if you all up on here. If you up on here, you can't be trying to run too much from nobody. Not to the point that you can't go register to vote and then go vote. So, So anyway, let me close this out because it's getting a little bit long. But the key thing is I enjoyed Selma. Great movie. Oprah, Brad Pitt, all the actors in it. You all did a great job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Please go see this movie. Go and support it out. At first it's like, oh, well, I could wait and go see that. And that's like, no, I want to be part of that group of when they do the numbers. It's a numbers game. A lot of times it's a numbers game with everything. But when they do the numbers of how many people turned out to see Selma on the first time or the second, I want to be a part of that. I want to to have shown support and be included in that number. Just like we all want to be included when it comes to election time. And they say this person got so many votes, this person got so many votes. We want to feel a part of that. We want to make sure we cast our vote. So get out there and research people and find out what's going on. If you don't want to go research, well, I don't know, talk with people who you trust and who do I need to vote for, or who would be best for us, whatever the case might be. But justice for all people matter, just all of it. But I mean, it was really, really, really awesome. The whole thing, the whole dynamics with it. I don't want to talk too much about the movie because I forgot some people haven't seen it. I don't want to take all that from you, but just very empowering to get out here and do what needs to be done, and also just seeing how in their life, you know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, sacrificed a lot, but it all ended up working out. You know what I'm saying? It all worked out. Matter of fact, he sacrificed his life. So, we can get out and do something. Really we can. Nobody's asking you to do it all. But we know you can do something. And you can start by registering to vote. And then you can start by making sure you vote. And we also can get to these meetings. You get to your local meetings, your city council, your county meetings, your school board meetings. We got to stay at these meetings. Just present. If you don't want to speak, just be present. Sometimes just our presence makes a difference. So they see that's a diverse group of people that want to know what they're talking about, that's at the table listening. And that's also how you get an idea of how to vote too, on who to vote for. Who was the productive person at that meeting who really helped to move things along for all people. So again, just stay prayed up. Stay doing what God called and tell you to do. But Selma, powerful movie. Yes, again, your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, running for president, United States president. Yes, Michelle Hope Walker, running for United States president 2016. So come on and help. I need your help. Come on and help me. Come on. Let's do this because we can do this. Because your girl ain't never scared. So we can do this. We can do this because I'm about the real. I'm about, all people. And, it's time. It's time. It's time to do a real shakeup of this whole system because it's for the people, by the people. For real, for the people, by the people. And all people. And so, God is good. So you all just stay prayed up. This is your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. And get out and see Selma. Go see it. So awesome, powerful movie. Go see it and you pray and ask God, what part does he want you to play? What part does he want you to play? And be ready to dive in and do the part. That's all we need is everybody just do their part. Sometimes people get overwhelmed. I can't do this. I don't know. God's going to ask you to do it all. But there is a part to play. You got a part. All of us got a part in this life of something we're supposed to be doing. So the key thing is to stay prayed up so we can know what it is God wants us to do. Because the more we stay praying, the more God's going to talk to us. Says, okay, do this. No, I don't want you doing this part. I want you doing this part. And we stay focused on the part God has called and told us to do. Just be the best us. Not trying to act like somebody else, but just be the best you God has called you to be and what he called you to do. That's it right there. That's it. That's it right there. That's the movement right there. Keep doing what God has called and told you to do to the best of your ability. And get out and participate. Vote. Make sure you vote. There's elections going on all the time. Stay in tune with your neighborhood. Go to your neighborhood council meetings. Stay in touch and know what is going on. Know what is going on. Okay, this is your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. This is very, very long. I hope it don't take forever to tape, to post. But anyway, God bless. This is your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Again, you can always contact me at 323 338-6580. And you can follow me on Twitter, Hope_speaks. Have a blessed day.